It's cold out, you're freezing, you want something to fill you up and be satisfying. Oh wait, and there's that football game coming up, and you want to take something that'll go toe-to-toe with whatever those meat lovers got going on. Well, this sweet potato chili is just the ticket. Its powerhouse ingredient is the mighty sweet potato. Now, you may have never thought of putting sweet potato in your chili, but let me tell you what, it is super duper. If you're new here or returning, welcome. My name is Colleen Marie, and this is Create a Great Healthy Life, where we help you adopt a whole food, plant-based lifestyle so you can create a great life for yourself and others. Now, let's get to making this chili. First, we're gonna cut some vegetables. That is just the way it goes with a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. You cut a lot of vegetables, no problem. Here today we've got red peppers. These are small onions, so I'm using 2. A couple sweet potatoes, it's gonna be about 4 cups chopped, and some carrots. These are puny carrots. I've got a couple more cut up carrots, baby carrots that I might add, because that's not really enough carrots. And so let's get to chopping. So with the sweet potato, you just want to, as always, cut it up into pieces that are appropriate for putting into our mouth. Ooh, that's a tough one. Ooh, that's a not fully ripe sweet potato, but no problem. Just cut downward, and you'll be fine. I want a smaller piece than that. The sweet potatoes don't cook down that much in the chili, so I like to have smaller bites. Because when it's really hot, I don't like to have a huge bite of something. So that's what you're always thinking about when you're doing sweet potato, is the bite on the spoon. That's 2 cups. So this is how I do a bell pepper. I core out the top with a paring knife. Boop, there goes this hat. And this one doesn't have a lot of seeds, which is kind of nice. And then I cut it in half, and I cut sort of next to the parts that have the white bits, and I then cut out the white bits. And if it's a part that has a big seed pack like that, I just use my fingers, and then I come through with the knife, then I cut out the white bits, and then I will rinse out the seeds here in a second. So since I just cut it till I can get to the white bits easily enough. Boop. This guy's weird. It's so cool, all their shapes and the designs in vegetables. It's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm gonna rinse these off real quick. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, and then I'll use this long knife to make these cuts like this. And if you're looking to cut corners, you can buy frozen peppers and put those in. I wish they sold frozen diced peppers. They do not. The only frozen peppers I can ever find are like long strips that you would put into a fajita. So that's kind of a bummer that you can't get like diced peppers, because that would be the ticket, boy. But they don't sell them that way, so. Or you can also, in the produce section, there will often be diced peppers pre-diced for you. Or you can just dice it yourself. don't take but a couple minutes, and it's kind of fun. Honestly, it feels good to like be connected with food and the food that you're making for yourself and others. It's kind of special. There we go. Bada bing. Bada boom. Zippity doo dah. Cool. And now the little carrots. I'm just gonna make these little coins. That should be fine. If it got to be a big carrot, I would cut it in half. But these are small enough that I'm just gonna leave these as circles. Come on, man. This onion is bad. All right, I had to throw that one away because I did grocery pickup because I was pressed for time, and it is pretty nice to just roll up to the grocery store and they like come out and put your groceries in the car, ma'am. It's pretty spectacular, especially when you're pressed for time. And it's free at my grocery store, and it keeps me from compulsion buying. And I kind of like buying online because you can really compare prices of things, the unit price, which a lot of times I'm surprised it's not the biggest, bulkiest item. It's the small item that will have the best unit price. Anyway, I bought my groceries that way yesterday, and the onion that they gave me was no bueno. So that's kind of a bummer. I mean, that's the risk, and that's the reason why a lot of people are like, I would never get my groceries delivered or pick up. I mean, you know, fair enough, but sometimes I value my time more than one bum onion. But I go to this other grocery store to go get my oranges and my Honeycrisp apples because the other store, the store that we all know costs like a lot of money, is delicious. Some of their produce is just banging. And I just make a special trip to go get their oranges and apples. Boy, look at those. Look at that fruit over there, the apples and oranges and bananas. That don't make you happy. I don't know what will. And you know, they say that's a real big trick about eating well and healthy is having the food out and available, and you see it and you're like, oh, I think I'll have an orange. That looks delicious. And yeah, are they a little bit pricey? Heck yeah, those are $2 a pop. You wanna know what else is more than $2 a pop? Bag of chips. So, you know, those bag of chips cost $3, $4. And I don't feel nearly as good after eating them. So expensive oranges it is. No worries there. So I love the Instant Pot. I love it because I can throw everything in all at once, bada bing, bada boom, put the lid on, go do something else fun like play my guitar, and come back later and it's done, ready to go, serve it up, store it, freeze it, whatever. Now, most recipes will tell you to use some oil and saute the veggies first, or even not use oil and saute the veggies first in the Instant Pot. I don't bother. I don't think it makes that much difference in the flavor to have the aromatics of the vegetables release. Does it make some? Probably. Do I want to bother? Nope. So, you know, by the time you're done putting chili powder and cumin and garlic and everything else in there, I'm good. So I just don't want that extra step. So let's keep going. Now I'm going to, so all the veggies are in. I put the veggies in first on the Instant Pot, and then I'm gonna drain and rinse my kidney beans and my black beans, and the tomatoes I put on the top. So whenever you're using the Instant Pot, try to put the tomatoes as the last thing on the pile, and don't stir it up, because the tomatoes have acid that burns at a higher rate, something, and so you can get a burn notice if you put it on at the bottom. The other thing I want to say is when you buy cans of beans, do look for low sodium or no salt added. Totally worth it, and you can't taste a difference. So please do purchase that. And always, if you can, purchase organic, and if you can't, don't sweat it. The most important thing is that you're eating whole foods. Now let's get spicy. So all the ingredients are in the recipe, which is in the show notes, no problem. But I have, let's see, I've got 2 tablespoons of cumin. And I've got 2 tablespoons of chili powder. I don't really like using chipotle flakes. For me, it ends up being too spicy. The little flake on my tongue is too much, so I don't like using that. A whole freaking tablespoon of smoked paprika. That's a little painful. That stuff costs money. And then I went ahead and used my pre-minced garlic from the jar, not stored in water, not oil. So easy peasy, some garlic. And you want to put a little bit of sweetener in, and I am using date powder, or you could use blended up crushed dates, or the sweetener of your choice. Okay, now I'm putting in my veggie broth. I am using veggie broth from Well Your World, which is a powdered broth, and it is salt, oil, and sugar-free. It's not sponsored, they're just fantastic. Well Your World, Dylan and Reeves. If you haven't checked out their channel, I just think you should because I think they're awesome. And so this is 4 cups of veggie broth. You know, the other thing I wanted to say, I was thinking about crying the blues over that expensive paprika. Whatever. First of all, the beauty of going out to eat is it's so freaking expensive that it almost doesn't matter how fancy the ingredients are that you are buying at the grocery store, you are still way beating yourself on going out to eat. So if you're a fast food junkie or, you know, hitting those fast foods on the regular, you don't even need to worry about what you're spending at the grocery store. You're fantastic. And honestly, for my chili to go toe-to-toe at the potluck, it needs to taste delicious. And it's not just the sweet potato that's gonna do it. It's the seasoning. And things like smoked paprika, which is a wonderful seasoning, are gonna do the trick. So when I am going to a potluck, I need to make sure that the food that I'm eating is amazing, and so that I'm less tempted to eat the other stuff. So go seasoning, and don't even sweat it when you're putting in a tablespoon of smoked paprika, okay? Cool. One last thing, I did want to add some black pepper to this. There we go, some black pepper. We might add more to taste later on. And I'm gonna put the little lid on, boop, and I'm gonna put to pressure cook, and I'm gonna say 8 minutes. And turn off the keep warm feature and hit start. And I am going to do the manual release when it is done. Coming up to pressure, cooking it under pressure for 8 minutes. The little timer will go off. It's got a great little sound. And then I will do a manual release. So what do you think of this soup, man?
Well, let's find out.
Well, let's find out.
All right. Looks good. I love the sweet potato. That is awesome. And the beans, oh my God, the sweet potato is so great.
Who would have thought sweet potato and chili, right?
I know.
It's
but
crazy.
It's like perfect with the spice because you get the spice and then a little bit of the sweetness from the sweet potato. It's just like, it's like the sweet and savory idea.
Yep. So folks, I walked away from my Instantpot and lost the audio on my video recording. So this is me saying thanks so much for joining me for making this sweet potato chili recipe. I hope you try it. Let me know if you make modifications. Remember, recipes are just starters. Check out this next video, Pasta Crack. People really dug it. It's a great one for taking on the road and also for potlucks. I'm Colleen Marie. Please like and subscribe. This is Create a Great Healthy Life, and I'll see you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.